GF got pregnant from her stepdad, tried to pass it off as mine. It's been 6 years since I broke up with the girl I thought was the one. We dated for 4.5 years, but when she moved in with me, everything changed. She became very needy and obsessive, to the point where I couldn't even spend 10 minutes talking to the other housemates without a text from her asking for me to come back to our bedroom. She would randomly appear at my work and expect that I give her attention. It all came to a head when she told me that she was pregnant, which I found strange since I never even finished inside of her. But we never used a condom, so maybe she was. That's when things took a turn. Two of her friends that didn't know each other each told me that she was cheating on me and the baby was someone else's, but they wouldn't tell me who. I asked how they know, and they both said that she told them. I approached my girlfriend, and I told her I wanted a DNA test to double check if it's mine. She got upset and asked if I thought that she was cheating on me. I said, I don't know. I just want to be sure. And I fed her some BS about it happening to a friend, and that I just want the peace of mind. She disappeared for a few weeks. No response, nothing. And then she came back, and suddenly she wasn't pregnant anymore. I was upset. She was just acting like nothing happened at all. I kept trying to broach the subject with her, but she refused. One day she starts blowing up my phone and then the work phone trying to get my attention. I tell her if it's important to tell me now or wait until I get home, and she went silent. I hung up, but then she kept sending a barrage of messages. I cracked because I couldn't take it anymore, and I told her to get her stuff and get out of my house. When I got home, she was gone. She also stole my favorite t-shirt. Over time, I found out that she was cheating on me with her stepdad, which got her pregnant, and then she tried to pass it off as mine. When I asked for the DNA test, she freaked out and got an abortion. Turns out her stepdad was investigated when she was in high school for sleeping with her then, and it just never stopped. She kept going back. It's destroyed my relationship with women. I'm 34 now, and I have not been with a single person since. It's been slowly killing me from the inside out. I want to have a family of my own, a wife, kids, all of it, but I just can't trust another woman. I've tried dating since, but as soon as I see any red flag, I bail. I just can't help trying to protect myself. Over these years, I've been staying home and online more and more, and now I get panic attacks when I leave the house. I just feel like I can't trust people like I used to. I also dived into drugs of all forms. Lately, I've been trying to get off of them, but I keep having dreams about my ex, and it's sending me spiraling again. I need the drugs to make me forget, but I need to get off of them so I can re-enter the world. Even after all this time, it hurts so much. I don't think I can trust a woman ever again. Okay, first and foremost, I want to state that I understand being upset about this, and I understand that breaking the trust, and I understand that making you spiral and stuff. But I also, at the same time, feel so badly for this girl because she clearly was groomed by her stepfather, and she was clearly raped by her stepfather as well. And then it just like continued into her adult life, which doesn't make it okay at all. Of course, you have the right to feel that way, and you have the right to feel completely and utterly like wronged because at the end of the day, yeah, she wasn't in a relationship with you, and she did lie to you and all of these things, and that's awful, and that's an awful feeling. But I do feel like if you would like think of it in that way and really open up your eyes and like to a different perspective of what this girl was going through, not saying that it was right of her to do, not saying that at all, okay? I want to make that very clear. I obviously think that it's wrong to cheat and also to try to pass off someone's baby as theirs when it wasn't theirs. Obviously, all that's wrong. That goes without saying. But it's like at the same time, I do feel like it would be very healing to really think through it and open your eyes to a different perspective and think of what she was going through from such a young age. Her stepfather grooming her, sleeping with her when she was in high school, all that, like that's really messes up your head. And then maybe it would help you realize like nothing of that situation had to do with you at all. That purely was because she was being groomed and raped by her stepdad. And that's actually terrible. I hope that stepdad goes to prison immediately because that's disgusting. Someone said, have you been in therapy? Isolating yourself isn't helping the issue either. Someone said, you're destroying your life for someone else's behavior. You could not have influenced or changed her. You should have sought out therapy at the time, but the next best time is now. Set yourself small goals and build back into the life you deserve. You only get one, no second chances. Straighten your spine and hold your head high. You can do this. And then someone says, it sounds like stepdad really messed her up emotionally. I'm so sorry you were also hurt with this extremely dysfunctional family. Yeah, that's why you have to, like, I do agree. You were traumatized. That's a traumatic situation. You should absolutely get therapy for it and work through it. And, like, the two things can be true at once, though. You know, it's like she also was a victim, is a victim. She also was going through something so awful that made her do things that ultimately hurt you, but the bigger picture is extremely large and flashing lights, blinders in my eyeballs. Because I can't even imagine what that girl was, you know, like, she was going through such a hard time. Someone said she was groomed in high school and was a victim. I'm sorry you were brought into this messed up dynamic, but she's not evil, just utterly and completely broken. T. And then someone responded, was scrolling to see if anyone pointed this out. I feel horrible for OP, but I also hope his ex can get help too. She's a victim. Exactly. And then someone said, I'm kind of confused about why you can't trust another woman. This girl was deeply traumatized by her stepfather, so much so he even blew up her chance to move on with you. If I were you, I'd be questioning why you picked someone so damaged. You need therapy. Not the picked someone so damaged, like, oh, I don't really love that. And someone responded to that and said, this seems a really extreme response for a single girl and her horribly effed up life. She was basically groomed from youth and escalated, but it's betrayal and every woman is sleeping with their stepdad behind his back. Bizarre. Go to therapy, OP, and get off drugs. You're causing so much more damage clinging on to this than she ever actually inflicted. I mean, it's very valid to feel like you can't trust someone after a situation like that. It's very valid. I don't think that he's wrong in not trusting. And I don't think that it's like he thinks that every woman that he's going to meet from here on out is sleeping with their stepdad behind his back. I don't think that's the case. I think that in general, it's just hard to trust someone when you thought you trusted someone so much and you loved someone and you were with them and they lied to you about such a huge thing and you found out this really messed up situation. And also, obviously, a lot of times when you're going through a situation like that and you're like really messed up by a situation, you don't really look at the situation from the other person's perspective. It's like very much me, like what's going on with me. This happened to me, which is just innately what we do as human beings. It's like we're going through this, but we don't. A lot of the times we have to like consciously decide and make an effort to look at what the other person was going through that made them do this or made them behave like this, you know? Someone said your girl was raped by her stepfather. She wasn't cheating on you. She was victimized. And then someone said, in the it's yours part, someone responded to that and said, pretty effed up, and two things can be true at one time. She can be a victim of childhood sexual abuse and someone capable of manipulating her partner. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't actually even a pregnancy or an abortion. And then someone said, based off of everything else he described about her behavior in their relationship, it sounds like she was trying to use him, consciously or not, to try to get away from her stepfather. It would explain all the anxiety she would have whenever he was away from her. Maybe a part of her thought or hoped it really was OP's baby. He even admitted that they only used the withdrawal method, so it was a real possibility. But when he asked for a paternity test, she probably didn't want to take the risk that it could have been her stepfather's baby, so she just aborted. I'm not saying what anything she did was right. All I'm saying is I understand where she may have been coming from. Exactly. So true. And also, not girl, but boy, OP, him, this is like so beyond the point, but him saying that there's no way she could be pregnant because he always pulled out, but they didn't use a condom. Buddy, you're 34 now, so I'm assuming you know this, but like you can get someone pregnant by using the pull-out method. It's like you didn't wear a condom, but you could have still got her pregnant. It's very possible, especially if you're not using a condom, okay? But that is extremely sad for all parties. Like, I feel for all parties in this situation. It's so sad. Okay. Hopefully I'm waking up soon because I still have 2 more episodes to film and it's 5:30 p.m. I should not be filming this late, guys. I usually am filming way earlier, but I just was like so dead. I like couldn't I just lately I actually have been getting good sleep though because if I can't sleep, I will just take, especially because if I'm like overthinking and not, I don't really even overthink as like an anxiety thing. Recently, like for the past while since I've been on my meds have really helped me calm down with my anxiety. And I've gotten multiple comments also of people asking me to make like an episode more about my mental health journey, which I won't do on here because I have talked about it a lot, like here and there in a lot of different episodes, but never in like a congruent episode or like compiled all into one. So I was thinking that I could do like kind of a little sit down video on my personal vlog channel, which I will also be having a New Orleans vlog coming out soon on there. And it's linked in the description if you want to subscribe to me on there. I don't post regularly at all. I just post whenever I feel like vlogging and editing. And I was thinking maybe since I've gotten multiple people asking me about my mental health journey, I would just do like a little sit down video about my whole experience from like start to finish, like when I was first diagnosed way, way long ago, like in high school with depression and anxiety. And then leading up until now. So I think that will probably happen at some point. But I take anxiety meds every day and depression medication every day. I have bupropion. I don't know if I pronounce these right. Bupropion and bupropion. One of them is like a off-brand generic Wellbutrin, and the other one is my anxiety medicine. And then I also am prescribed trazodone, which is for nighttime if I feel like I'm having more anxiety before bed and I'm not going to be able to sleep. So lately I've been taking advantage of that a little bit more because for like the past year, I've only taken my trazodone like twice because I did notice that when I would take it, it would make me feel a little bit groggy the next day. But lately, if I've been needing it, I've just been like chopping it in either half or in fourths. And I've just been taking like the tiniest bit and it still helps me sleep a lot. I've been trying not to take it every night though because I was taking it consecutively for like a week because it was really helping me sleep and I was just loving how I was like getting uninterrupted sleep all night and feeling like rejuvenated in the morning. But I've been trying to take some breaks because I don't want to like be reliant on it or dependent on it, but it does really help and I'm like very grateful for that. Thank God. But it really helps me like stay asleep. Sometimes for some reason, especially if I'm on my phone a lot during the day, I notice myself like before bed thinking that I have something to do that I haven't done, even though I literally write to-do lists for this reason so that I know for a fact that like I've done everything and I don't have to worry about anything else. But it's so annoying when I have anxiety for a reason I can't find in my head. It pisses me off. Like, I way more prefer having anxiety about something that I'm aware of. Like, oh, okay, I have anxiety because of this. That makes sense. But I hate when I have anxiety for no reason at all. And then I try to like, and then me having anxiety for no reason makes me think like, did I forget something? Did I forget something that is making me have this anxiety? And I just can't remember. Does that make sense? I don't know. Like, do I have a reason to be anxious? Because clearly I'm anxious right now. And I feel like I probably thought of something that made me anxious like an hour ago that I was going to like complete. And then I forgot about it. And now I'm like anxious and I forget what I was anxious about. I don't know. Anxiety is so annoying and so confusing. I hate it so much, but yeah. Anyway, that's all. I gotta go film a Patreon episode if you ever want extra episodes weekly. The Patreon is linked in the description, or it's patreon.com/storytimesociety. So I love you guys so much, and I hope to hear from you in the comments. Bye! Storytime Society is now available on all listening platforms. If you are on any of those listening platforms, I would really appreciate it if you rated me 5 stars. Thanks for all the support. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.